Hundreds of rioters pummeled Baltimore police in running street battles after the funeral for Freddie Gray, the 25-year-old African-American who was fatally injured 2 weeks ago while in police custody. We have a live picture now from above Baltimore. This is a picture of one of the areas where police officers have been battling the street protesters. At least one drugstore in the city is on fire after it was looted by those protesters just a couple of hours ago. Rioters threw rocks and bricks at officers. They attacked patrol cars, and late today, looting was spreading. Schools, businesses, and train stations closed. Baltimore police say at least 7 officers were injured. Some of them suffered broken bones. President Obama has just talked to the mayor about the violence. We have 2 reports on this breaking story, and first we'll go to Chip Reid. Chip?
Well, Scott, this intersection behind me is where the rioting began. Just a short time ago, it looked like a war zone down there, and my cameraman picked this up off the street. This is an example of what they were throwing at the police.
The streets of Baltimore erupted in riots today as protesters, many appearing to be high school age, destroyed an unoccupied police car with clubs and baseball bats. Hundreds of heavily armed police in riot gear responded. They were pelted with rocks, bricks, even large chunks of concrete. Some officers picked up the rocks and sent them flying back. Some officers used their shields to deflect the rocks. Others weren't so lucky. More than half a dozen officers were injured. One had a bloody head. Another was said to be unresponsive. Tear gas filled the air after protesters torched a police cruiser. Baltimore police spokesman Captain Eric Kwalchek warned residents to stay inside and, in a tweet, asked parents to find their kids.
You're going to see tear gas, you're going to see pepper balls. We're going to use appropriate methods to ensure that we're able to preserve the safety of that community.
It was a block-by-block battle as an army of police advanced and retreated, apparently taking guidance from Mayor Stephanie Rawlings-Blake to give the protesters some breathing room. At times, it appeared to be a frenzy as rioters tried to turn over one vehicle and to rip the door off another. This group ran from a heavily armored police vehicle. Some were apprehended and arrested. Most got away. The police used tear gas to disperse the crowds and pepper spray in close quarters. Looters ransacked a drugstore and a check-cashing center.
Maryland Governor Larry Hogan has said that he is now putting the National Guard on alert, Scott, quote, so they will be in position to deploy rapidly as needed.
Chip, thanks very much.